Alright, so basically what we're doing on this is Five Nights at Freddy's. Have you guys heard of this game, Jack?
Yeah, I have, but never played it.
What about you, Matt?
I have heard of it, and I've seen some footage where it's just a bunch of mechanical animals that just jump out at you and shit.
Yeah. It's a point and click type game. You gotta keep yourself, gotta keep yourselves alive. But the fact of the matter is, the game has so much like myth and lore behind it, which I thought was really interesting. And I ended up watching a lot of the videos, and I thought this would be interesting to actually talk about, especially from with my friends, because you could have a good time like that. Basically, if you guys want to speak, feel free to interrupt me, but don't try not to interrupt everybody. If like you know what I'm saying, just
raise your hand.
Raise your hand, or do a little beeping noise. I really don't care. Anybody who does tune in is, if they have questions or anything, I have the chat window open. So there might be times where I say, okay, this person, blah, blah, blah's name, ask blah, blah, blah. And, we'll discuss that, and we'll each get a turn to let them know. Obviously, you guys are going to get to go first, because I know I watched a lot of the lore videos, and I know what the fuck the game's all about. And I played the game myself, and it's a really scary game. The fact of the matter is, it's a jump scare every time, so you instantly want to punch your fucking computer every time this happens. And I've come pretty close a few times. You're stuck in a security room, you're the security guard, and it's your job to not get murdered, basically. Because at night, these animatronics are allowed to walk around. And if they get to you, they will think because they will recognize you not as an electronic. And they will think you're an endoskeleton without its suit on, and they will try to stuff you back into its first suit. Basically, when they do that, it kills you.
Okay.
And it's kind of scary.
Is the story different from the first one? Like, how did they change? Yeah.
This is where the discussion really begins. Five Nights 2, according to a lot of people, is a prequel, and the evidence behind that is that they actually have a set date in this one, which is 1987. And people have worked out the minimum wage in that time to actually equal what the year is, which is kind of impressive. And also because your only real companion who speaks to you throughout this entire adventure dies in the first Five Nights at Freddy, but is alive in the Five Nights at Freddy 2. So it's like The Godfather, where The Godfather had Godfather 1, and then Godfather 2 was a prequel, but it said Godfather 2.
Well, it was kind of half prequel, half sequel.
What, Five Nights 2? Or
no, Godfather 2.
Okay. All right, yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah. It kind of adds more to it, too, so I guess you could consider Five Nights 2 a sequel as well. So, I don't know if you guys know what... it's actually a place called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. It's like Chuck E. Cheese, basically. But animatronics up on stage, they sing, they move around. They're not allowed to leave the stage. So it's like Chuck E. Cheese's, where... Is Johnny awake? Are you lying to me?
No, on Facebook, he's on. He's on his phone right now.
Oh my god.
Did he just message you? I heard someone's Facebook message go on.
No, it wasn't me. Oh, maybe it was me. Oh shit, my bad. My bad. My alarm didn't go off.
I was like, someone's Facebook. It wasn't mine. So all right.
Should I just restart?
I kind of missed the concept of this because I was watching a gameplay of Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
No, but it's not about the gameplay. It's about the story that the game tells from that very little amount of gameplay you have. Like, there's actually... The game itself has a lot of lore and myth to it, and it's really interesting, like, because it all makes sense. At least it does to me, but I also have a bit of a fucking stupid brain.
What's the game here? You said the myth and the lore. I just don't understand what it is.
I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna talk about the lore and the myth, and I want you guys to see what you actually think of this, because it's a really interesting. It's really interesting, the game and the lore behind it. Like, the fact of the matter is, the game is you're stuck in a security room, and these people from very little detail. Like, you only get one person to talk to, and from that one person, you learn so much, and it's ridiculous. It's a very short game, too. It consists of 5 nights. I think each night is about 20 minutes. There's also a 6th night, which has nothing to do with it, really. It's just a custom mode, really.
But
there he is.
Good morning.
Good morning.
If you guys could see on the stream, it actually says "late son of a bitch" under his name.
Yeah.
Under his face. And that's what's going to stick to it, though. I feel better about what he's done to me thus far.
Sorry.
The game is, Johnny, is a point-and-click game. Basically, you're in one room, and your job is to just keep the animals from killing you, the animatronics. It's like Chuck E. Cheese's. I know you know what Chuck E. Cheese's is. That's what the game is. You sit in the security office. You're the security guard, and you find out that these animatronics want to rip you to shreds. And the way you find out this is you get a phone call from the head security guard. He calls you and says, by the way, make sure these animatronics don't catch you because they'll think you're an endoskeleton without your fur suit on, and if they see that, they will try to stuff you into a fur suit. Now, these animatronics, they weren't allowed to walk around. They were allowed to walk around at one point, but not anymore because there was an incident that occurred, which was called the Bite of 87 in the game, where basically what people theorized it was one of the animatronics bit a little girl's head pretty much clean off. Not clean off, but their frontal lobe. And killed her.
They theorized that? What evidence do they have towards that?
Well, the phone guy suggests there was a bite, and they claim it was one of the animatronics. And because one of the animatronics, which I'm going to introduce all of them in a minute, has a broken jaw, which they theorized because of the bite, they disabled the jaw so that way it wouldn't happen again. I'm actually going to introduce the animatronics right now. In the first game, there are 5. Well, there's 4 animatronics and one not so much of an animatronic. The 4 animatronics are Foxy the Fox, pretty simple name. He's dressed. He's got very sharp teeth. You can see on the stream there are pictures shooting up. You'll see him on there. He's pretty obvious. He's got a hook because he's part of the Pirates Cove adventure. And this is the one that they theorized was the one who bit off the girl's frontal lobe. There's also Bonnie the Bunny, and he's just a rabbit. I mean, you guys can look up the images if you want to get a better picture of them. Foxy the Pirate Fox, Foxy the Fox. Yeah, Foxy the Pirate Fox, Bonnie the Bunny, which is just a big purple rabbit. Chica the chicken. And a lot of people on the internet think that she's sexy for some reason. I can't get behind it, but people do. And
some people get off to pony like My Little Pony. So
I guess everybody has their own, yeah.
Which one is the one they think is sexy?
Chica the chicken.
Okay, let me check this one out because I got the characters on here. Why would that be sexy? That reminds me of like
exactly. She is not pretty looking. I can tell you that much. And there's also Freddy, obviously. Freddy the bear, and he's the main guy in this. But there's also a 5th fursuit, which is the Golden Freddy, and I'll discuss him later on. And they theorized that Foxy was the one who bit the kid in the Bite of 87 because he's the only one with a jaw that could really get to it, unless it was Chica. But people don't really know. But everyone theorizing it was Fox. So this happened, and the restaurant had to close down. But they reopened a new restaurant, which comes from the first game of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And it's a smaller restaurant, and there's only these animatronics. And this is where the first game takes place, Five Nights at Freddy's. Is there anything you guys want to say about, confused about anything?
Do you ever get to see them perform?
You do see them on the stage, and because part of the game mechanic is to look at security cameras and see where these animatronics are. You do see them on stage. You never get to see them perform. Not as far as I know, anyway. I mean, people have put up their own renditions of them performing. It's like Chuck E. Cheese's. They move like, oh, welcome to Chuck E. Cheese's. That's all it is.
Dragon Trainer Drago. I think Mitch is
Ivan
or actually
Ivan
that guy's
Drago.
is the only person that's actually played this game between all of us. So
Yeah.
when you say you guys get think a little bit deeper, I would love to if I actually played it. So I'm actually just learning as we're going.
You're saying the bite was 87 was already solved. If you tell me if you write down how it was solved, and I'll think, I'll let them know what you mean by it.
Side note, real quick, Mitch, sorry to interrupt. I can't believe there's 2 fucking sequels to this game, by the way, and that's all I have to say.
There's a third one.
There's a third one. I think it's in early alpha right now, which you can see how big of a cult following this game has. I've never played Five Nights at 2. I've watched people play it because I can't get scared anymore, guys. I can't clean out the piss stains in my pants no more, and the poo stains from all the scariness. All right?
From this game. This game does that to you?
This game scares. It's jump scares. Like you never know when it's coming.
What's scarier, this game or Outlast?
No, it's this game. This game because it's
really
Outlast I can get behind because you can run away. In Outlast you can run away. In this game you can't do anything. Once you're fucked, you're fucked.
I guess you don't have that much control.
Jump scares.
It's called Dead Space.
Dead Space does a jump scare game as well.
Yeah, but the thing is with those games, you're literally able to control your actions. If you get scared, you can kill the thing. You can't stop these guys. Once they get you, you're dead.
You can also stop. You don't have to keep going forward. in this game, the game keeps going on. You can't just not
There's no
move
pause
away from
button
it.
either. So like,
right.
If you get a phone call, it's like life or death. If you pick it up.
I can totally see what you're saying, Mitch. I understand.
It's kind of
it's called quitting before you get scared.
But then that wouldn't be a very good game, would it? If people just quit.
Shh, don't worry about it.
Well, you learn that they're possessed pretty much in Five Nights 2, where they actually tell you so much more of the story. And as I said before, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is a prequel to Five Nights at Freddy. So basically, the game tells you through mini games. After you die in Five Nights 2, sometimes you're challenged with a little mini game, which is an Atari-esque style play, which is kind of good. It's kind of neat because 1987 is Atari type style graphics still, because it's not like today where everything's like super pretty. But in these mini games, you find out that there was a small child at the very first Freddy Fazbear's location who was murdered by. Only thing you could tell through this is a purple man, because that's the only thing that the Atari graphics will show you. There's no talking involved. And in this mini game, you play as Freddy, and you're delivering cakes to kids. And there's a kid outside the restaurant who appears to be crying. And then as a car rolls up, a purple man gets out, and the kid suddenly goes dark and supposedly dies. And this kid has what appears to be tears running down his eyes. And right after that, you get killed by the puppet, which is another animatronic. Actually, I don't think that the puppet is an animatronic in Five Nights 2. The puppet is supposedly the person who is pulling all the strings in these games. Well, it might not actually be called the purple guy. It's just that's what people have dubbed him, because when it's an Atari graphics, you got to remember that it's just a purple-looking man on the Atari, so people called him the purple guy.
Right.
And this purple man you're led to believe has murdered this small child outside the first location for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But it wasn't called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza back in the day. It was actually called Freddy Fazbear's Family Diner. And that's where it all started. This is the first. You got to remember, this is a strange timeline where there's 4 different locations that I think are known of right now. There's the diner. There's the very first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. There's the one from Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and then there's another one from Five Nights at Freddy. The puppet is the one who possessed, who's basically pulling the strings behind the animatronics.
Alright, so they're not individually possessed?
They are, actually, because in another minigame, there's a Give Them Life minigame, I believe it's called. Let me just check my... Yeah, Give Them Life minigame is you play as the puppet, and you're surrounded by 4 dead children, in which you put animal masks on these children, showing that they are possessing now these animatronics.
Well, I think what we should have right now is take turns taking a debate here of what we think of the game from what we heard so far today.
All right.
If you're cool with that, I would like to go first.
Okay.
And then whoever wants to go next. But all right, the game is obviously an horror game, and it did well that it made a second one, and they're in beta for a third one. So they have a right, they're on the right track on something, and I feel like there'll be other games like this, and different themes. So I like what they're going with it. I like that you don't have much control, so it gives it more of an edge to it. But what I don't like is that you don't have much things to work with. Like you have the camera, you said you have a flashlight and stuff like that. I at least give you a chance to defend yourself. Maybe have a sequence at the end to try to defend off of them, because there's more than one. So each one should be a challenge and make it harder, right? Do I have the right idea?
It kind of they're all against you from the very get-go, but as the nights progress, as the phone guide, you're pretty much your only companion in this game, tells you, is usually the longer the week goes on, the more aggressive the animatronics get for some reason. And it's not explained really why they get more aggressive throughout the nights. But as the nights progress, they get more aggressive, and it becomes much harder to stop them. Because you can stop them with the flashlight, and as I was trying to explain about the new animatronics in Five Nights 2, which are basically remakes of the original animatronics, such as there's a new Freddy, there's a new Bonnie, there's a new Chica. And these parts, then they're used from, they're built from the old animatronics. So like the second Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is actually built from the first Fred.
But I thought you said it was a prequel, though.
It is a prequel.
So it's like Chucky?
Alright.
Well, you have to remember that this isn't the very first location where Freddy's Fazbear's Pizza takes place, and that's from the very first game is the end of the line, and then right before that is Five Nights at 2, and then there was a previous location even before Five Nights at 2 where there was problems with the animatronics, and where all the actual murders have taken place, basically. And then even before that, there's Fazbear's Diner or whatever. So that's the line you got to look at. There's Fazbear's Diner, an unknown location, which I assume will be in Five Nights 3, the Five Nights 2 location, and then Five Nights 1. So the game is kind of working backwards.
Good. I was looking at the trailer and some gameplay, and he did a pretty nice job on it. I think it looks really good. I just think that it could have been more, but whatever. He did better than I would ever have done anything.
Well, we're not game developers either.
Yeah.
I think the story behind him was he was making video games, and people were complaining that the that the animals were too lifelike for these cutesy type games, and then he made it into this fucking horror game, and it's still,
that's great.
Yeah, that's insane.
The Dragon Trainer just said Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is taking place 30 years after the first game. I like that better only because it has room to advance in the game. It'd be pretty cool that when everyone thinks that it's going to be the same concept of a game where you're stuck in one room, but all of a sudden in the beginning of the game, you look at the fucking cameras, all of a sudden you're able to move. And this time, as you're being hunted, you're able to go through the whole
well, I don't know. The amount
restaurant.
of money I'm sure
That'd be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, but you got to remember, this guy is an independent fucking maker, and I assume he's going to do really well on the third game because all the money this is probably fucking taking like crazy because it's such a popular game.
Can we do some spoilers here? Because I want to know what happens at the end of each game.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what happens at the end of the first game and the second game, but let's try to keep going with the discussion because, like I said, I had it laid out, and we're jumping around because there's so many questions and everything like that.
I put my 2 cents in. Whoever wants to go next. Johnny, what do you think of the game? I mean, what is your thoughts? That's what we're trying to say.
Well, my thoughts of the game is that I wouldn't play it, to be honest.
Matt, anything you want to say before we continue?
Let's see. I first heard this game from one of those Smosh Honest Game trailers, which is kind of funny. but it
Yeah, I
definitely
see
doesn't seem like a game I would play. It reminds me of a lot like Slender Man, where that game just got like. Not only is it like a jump scare kind of thing, but it also the amount of popularity it got on YouTube and just like all these Let's Plays that I saw popping up with Five Nights at Freddy. I was like, oh my god! But from what I've seen of it, but I mean,
it's like I said, it's not much of a game. It's not much of a game, but you could see you've seen some of the trailers and stuff, and the honest trailers where you're literally that's all you do is sit in a room and get jump scared pretty much, and it's crazy how like from this so much information came out like about this game that people have got like gone fucking mental about.
I like that they have this storyline that you're describing. Like I thought it would be like a lot more simpler. But
that's what I thought when I first watched it, and then like when Five Nights at Freddy's 2 came out, it just the fucking lore exploded. It's just like because I guess the creator, I think his name is Scott, created so much more story to it and gave so much more away. It's crazy when these other 5 children were murdered by what people believe is the purple guy or the Golden Freddy Killer, as it's stated in the game in various newspaper articles on the walls, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why they would hang that in a kid's fucking hangout, but apparently they did. And the person supposedly dressed up as a Golden Freddy suit and murdered 5 more children, which become Foxy, Chica, and Freddy and Bonnie, and the Golden Freddy, because again that would make 5. Yes. So these 5 kids are now possessing these animatronics, and basically they want revenge because in the minigames, as you're playing these minigames, letters are spelt out that state "save them," help them. So in Five Nights 2, you're introduced to more animatronics. The Mangle, which is supposed to be like a replacement for Foxy the Pirate Fox, but somehow every night gets ripped to shreds, and it's just a big fucking mess, and Foxy somehow gets repaired, apparently. And Balloon Boy, which is a creepy little fucking kid who holds balloons, and is the most lifelike character in the game. And he's pretty creepy, because he talks to you and says hello when he's coming to scare the shit out of you. And when he comes into your room, you cannot use your flashlight anymore, which is a fucked up thing to begin with.
Does anyone else have like special abilities?
Foxy can run. Foxy's like the quickest one, I think. Balloon Boy turns off your thing. And the new animatronics have this ability. Thank you for following JDub303. And who was I on? Oh, the new animatronics, Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie. They're new animatronics for them. And these animatronics are all linked to a sex offender database. This is exactly what the phone guy says. The only companion you have is linked to a sex offender database, and if they happen to seize one of them, they're to fucking hold you until the police arrive, because they'll send out a signal. But instead, they pretty much kill you. In order to stop these new animatronics, you're given a new tool in Five Nights 2 called the flashlight. And if you flash the flashlight at these new animatronics, it actually resets their sensor, and they pretty much, stop them in their tracks. So that's how you stop them in this one. You're also given an object called a Freddy mask, which is, he just puts on the mask, and the animatronics think you're one of them, and they leave you alone. So that's pretty much how you survive in Five Nights 2, because in Five Nights 1 you had security doors to stop them from coming in on both sides, but in Five Nights 2 there are no security doors. You have your flashlight and you have the Freddy mask to pretty much defend yourself. You learn a lot of the story through these mini-games that you get after you die, like I was saying, the help them mini-game and the save them mini-game, where you're playing as Freddy delivering cake, and you're playing as the marionette or the puppet possessing these ghosts. But there's also more mini games where you find out where you can kind of see where people think it's the purple guy, and one of them is I believe the Foxy Death mini game, where where you play as Foxy, and 2 times you're to run out and greet 5 little kids. And then and then after you do that, you get a little congratulations. You just start again. You play as Foxy. You run out the room. You get the 5 little kids. But on the 3rd time, the screen, there's the purple man standing there, and he states, and you go into the next room, and the 5 kids are dead. So this is why people think the purple man is the person who is actually killing all these children. And he would obviously be the Golden Freddy killer as well, because why would there be 2 people murdering at the same place? That'd be kind of crazy. So people think it's the same person.
Stranger things have happened.
It might be. Some people think there were 2 people pulling the strings on this. So, but my perspective is he uses the Golden Freddy suit to get the kids alone, and then pretty much fucking kills them. So that's where you get the idea that the purple man is the person killing this. Obviously, you've seen him kill the little kid outside the diner, and then you see him murder 5 children in another section there. And there's also one more mini game that I want to mention is where you play as Freddy, and it's called the Save Them mini game, basically. And you control Freddy, and you walk through a replica of like the store for Atari graphics. It's square and really shitty looking graphics. Looks like E.T. You ever seen E.T.? I know you guys know what E.T. is. You never seen E.T. the game?
I'm fucking around.
Jesus. Let me get through this, Johnny. And you run through what appears to be Freddy's Fazbear's Pizza. And on some very rare occasions, you'll run into the Purple Man, but he's dressed in a security guard outfit, wearing what appears to be an orange badge. And this badge, and in his hand, what looks like could be a gun, but a lot of people speculate because it's such an odd, like almost rounded shape, as a phone. So people speculate that the phone guy is actually the purple man. And the phone guy is your only real companion in this whole story. Yeah, exactly. There's so much speculation, and people claim that it's all been solved, but I'm sure there's going to be so much more at some point. So that's where you get the idea that the Purple Man is in fact the phone guy or the Golden Freddy killer, because the reason people think he's also the Golden Freddy killer is when you see Golden Freddy, he's not like the other animatronics. He's kind of in a limp state. It's just the fur suit, so there's no animatronic in it, so it had to be used for something, right? Somebody took out the animatronic out of it. And in the Golden Freddy's eyes, you could see 2 very dull, like, lights. And when you see the purple guy, he has these same kind of eyes to himself. So everybody thinks the Golden Freddy killer is actually the purple guy, and as I was saying, people think the purple guy is the phone guy. Now the phone guy, he pretty much tells you Foxy was his favorite, which you could see in the Foxy mini game where he's just watching Foxy, and then Foxy runs out to the 5 dead kids, and that the purple guy was watching him. So again, more speculation that Foxy's actually, the purple guy is the phone guy. Anybody? Anything now? Now we're through like a section.
I got nothing.
You got nothing, Matt? Anything?
Sounds like kind of like a Bioshock situation where the guy that you're trusting leads you along ends up being. Oh well, I don't want to spoil that. Even though that's like 10 years ago.
So now we learned that 5 dead children are pretty much possessing the animatronics. Why they're trying to kill you, but it doesn't answer the question of who you are, your character, who you're playing as. Because why would these new animatronics try to kill you when sex offender database? So some people think that you're the fucking purple guy. Well,
I think what we should do now is watch you play the game.
Watch me play the game. I only have the first game.
I'm fine with that. I would like to see you play this game and see how scary it is.
Nah, man. I've played the shit out of this game.
Don't be chicken. Don't be chicken.
Don't be chicken. You're the one with ready to buy money for fucking a zombie game, why don't you spend the money and play the game your fucking self, son?
But you already have the game, right?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
All right. Well, maybe I'll play a little bit. You guys can watch on the stream.
Yeah.
After we finish the discussion. So the Golden Freddy, some people speculate it's a hallucination because it only appears very rarely, and when it appears, it kind of like fades away. Like it'll pop up, fade away, and then a few seconds later, it'll fucking do the jump scare, and it basically means you're dead. That's all I really wanted to tell you guys. I mean, you guys got pretty much the gist of what the hell this game's about, how it's played and stuff. Like it's really crazy for a fucking simple little point click type game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
let me ask you, where you hope to come from, like the future of this series? Like, what you expect to happen from now on?
I'd like to actually go back and at least maybe them do like a little, like maybe a YouTube exclusive thing, or like a little series or something like that, where it shows how like the purple guy and stuff getting killed, because everybody thinks it's the purple guy's the phone guy. Questions about the game? Anything you're not sure about, Johnny? Anything you want to know besides you need more electrolytes?
That's how I feel.
No, you're good. You're fine. You're all right. Thumbs
never.
up. What about you, Jack? Anything you need to? Your thumbs up. It's good.
Thumbs up.
I made some questions up for you guys that I kind of want you to each answer in your own way, and I think it'd be interesting. I mean, you guys know that you're playing as a security guard, and that these things are trying to kill you, and for some reason you keep coming back night after night to earn pretty much minimum wage.
I quit.
There you go.
I quit on day one.
So, but now there's my question, because I'll start with you, Matt, since you're already so eager. My question was, would you stick around for this job? If yes, then why? And if no, explain your escape, because you can't leave until 6 a.m. because the doors are automatically shut.
Oh, okay.
So if you were in there the first night and you saw these things trying to kill you, how would you get out? Would you try and balls your way through it, or would you fucking really hope for the best?
I don't know. I guess you have to just try to survive at that point. Unless there's truly no way out. I mean,
I'm sure there's a way out, but you have to remember that the animatronics roam around at night, and if they catch you, you're dead. And,
can't you like curl into a ball in like a locker or something?
I don't think there are lockers. There's bathrooms. You might be able to hide in a stall.
Yeah. Put my feet up on there so they don't look underneath.
All right. How about you, Jag? Would you keep the job?
No, I definitely wouldn't. Definitely not for minimum wage.
What would you do to try to get out of there?
To try to get out, I mean, there's so many possible things, but we're talking about what, 1987, right?
No, we're talking. Well, there's the 1987 one, which is a much bigger establishment and way more animatronics, and there's also the one which the timeline's not explained what year it is, but it's obviously further down the line, so it'd be a little more like probably 90s.
Okay, so I mean,
Maybe
cell phone reception wasn't that great at the time, so cell phones isn't gonna really help.
Exactly.
So you don't have Google, you don't have other stuff to figure out shit out. So you're pretty much.
This John's strategy is how to escape crazy animatronics on Google.
No, my first thing was like being haunted by fucking of electronic devices, and people are gonna fucking say, "Well, if you say these words together, they will stop." I'll be like, okay, hocus pocus, and it fucking stops. I'm fucked. I mean, there's nothing you can do. Just there's no evidence behind it. I mean, you die, and people are gonna see you the next morning. The person opens the fucking door, the next security guard who has the daytime job, the easy fucking job, comes in and fucking sees my murdered body. There's no way explaining it.
Now, let me pose another question. I'll ask Johnny the same question in a minute, but there's something I also want to state, because Matt said he would try to hide. In Five Nights 2, part of your new job is to wind a music box. And if you don't wind the music box, the puppet will come out and murder you. So you couldn't just hide. You'd have to find a way to keep that music box playing.
But hold on, I'm sorry. So there's a music box you have to play. So obviously the person who hired you knew there's a way to repel them. So he knew they're gonna
No, it
kill
doesn't.
you.
It does not repel at all of them. It only repels the puppet.
Okay,
If the music box stops, the puppet jumps out and tries to murder you.
but you're told that, right? Like you don't figure that yourself.
You are told to just make sure you wind the music box every once in a while.
So you are told that. So you are obviously set up for this job. It's like a game. Like not really. Like obviously it's a game, but it's a game to survive. That's a job.
Yeah.
So someone knew that you will be killed, and they're just trying to help you out.
Well, you have to remember the person who hired you is the head guard, the phone guy, the purple guy, the Golden Freddy suit killer is the man who hired you. So I don't think killing's a problem for him. But what about you, Johnny? Would you keep the job? Would you stick around?
No, I'd leave it. I find a way to break those doors down.
I don't care how good that pizza is.
Oh, why would anyone keep the job? Like, is there any reason anyone would keep the job?
Fetish?
Well, here's my question. What would you need? My next question. What would it take for you to keep the job? How much money, or what would you be need to get?
Oh, that's a good segue right there.
Yes. So you go ahead, Matt. You're already on top of my question. So here you go. Go for it.
Well, I would have to know how difficult the game is first.
It's very, very difficult.
If I'm guaranteed death, I don't think any money or anything would probably.
I don't think you're guaranteed death.
I guess it's not guaranteed, but like
it's not
high
guaranteed, but it's very likely. It's very likely. Like night
it's
five.
gotta take that risk. I don't know.
How about you, Jag?
For me to keep the job, it just. I mean, obviously, it'll take a lot of money, a good salary to do that. But is it really worth it for them to pay me that amount of money? They'll probably just replace me.
I'm talking anything though, guys. Like if you were like, I would need some bombs, possible machine gun.
But that's
Would you like to hear what I?
Go ahead, John.
On the job. Well, I mean, first of all, I'd be like, hey, is it coming with a 401k, life insurance, health benefits, all those good things? Because
life insurance would kind of be a must, wouldn't it?
Plus, I'd want a shotgun with a lot of bullets. I'm saying a shit ton of bullets.
Extended magazine, if possible. I don't know if shotguns could do that.
This is blowing my mind right now. You guys do realize these are not humans. They're robots. You're blasting into a robot.
Hey, look, they took down the Terminator.
Yeah, if I'm let me
No, not really. Like the Terminator had to be melted in a giant.
No, that was a T-1000 that had to be melted into a blob of nothingness. Okay, a Terminator got crushed in the first one, if you remember correctly.
Okay,
by 1,000 pounds of PSIs or whatever that shit is. I don't know exactly what the fucking
PSI,
number was.
pound per square inch.
If you shoot the goddamn robots, they're gonna start breaking.
But you have to also remember that these are possessed animatronics. They're not,
well,
just because you shoot out, they're fucking mid-sized. It's not like they can't be like, ooh, they're fucking ghosts.
Maybe a taser or something. Something that's, I'm thinking more of electric.
A taser? That's the stupidest fucking shit I heard all day.
Why would you bring a fucking?
They're in the first suits that might not even work. To be honest, I don't know.
Get like an EMP bomb.
Something that's.
They're possessed, guys. Come on, guys. Come on.
That's right. They're possessed.
So I should bring a necromancer book or something with me.
Well, you have to remember that the Golden Freddy doesn't have any animatronics to it. It's just an empty first suit that kills you as well. So even the electricity might not stop that one.
Right.
Bring a flamethrower.
Flamethrower?
No, that'd be a terrible idea because then they just
you have flaming robotronics coming at you.
And the door doesn't open at 6 o'clock. You'd be fucking stuck there.
The whole building's burning down. You're like, oh, Jesus, this was a terrible decision. Rakap Bro Diggity suggests bring a hot tub. At least it'll help you relax a bit.
No, that's a smart idea.
Or, water balloons.
Yeah.
That might not be so bad. You stop the alarm.
You get in the hot tub. You're like, hey, come on in. They get in. They short circuit right out there.
Yeah, come on in and relax, guys.
Can I bring a toaster for that hot tub so I can kill myself? Thank you.
Well, you have good in life. If you do that, you won't get your life insurance.
Dragon Trainer Drago just brought up a nuke. Now, what if you have the option to use the nuke, knowing that you're pretty much saving other people because you're pretty much doing suicide. Would you do it?
No, because a nuke is a fucking big ass radius. Are we talking about a small nuke?
A small nuke, something that's just gonna kill them and kill yourself.
I don't know how small
you can't
nukes get.
A
nuke,
nuclear blast is small.
It'd be like the mini nuke. You ever play Fallout 3?
The mini nuke was still a fucking huge thing, wasn't it?
It was pretty fucking big. I'd make my own animatronic. And my own Freddy Fazbear's with blackjack and hookers.
Ah, screw the whole thing.
Well, here's my kind of like my next question, because everything you guys are asking, I kind of wrote these out in a way I think would kind of go very well together. If one of us was killed by Freddy or his gang because we took this job and we're fucking morons, would you guys try to file suit? Would you guys try to find out what happened to me? I mean, it'd have to be a pretty big suit for them to stuff me in. But at the same time, would you guys come help me? Would you try and take the job and investigate?
I would just think someone fucking murdered you, another human being.
Exactly.
Would
you like try to find my murderer?
Well, I'm more like
try to find your murderer. I would take thought of it. I would take concern about it. I mean, it'd be very difficult because I'm no fucking CEI person. But CSI.
CSI.
CI. Sorry, it's for my job.
CIA.
Sorry. Can't even talk because my job is a vendor called CEI. But CSI. I'm no crime investigation person. But I'll definitely make a game about it. It's called Freddy.
Freddy murders the fat guy.
5 Nights Mitchell.
5 Nights at Mitchell's. 5 Nights at Fat Guy's Pizza Palace. What about you, Matt? You do anything to try and save me?
I got that too.
To try to escape?
Yeah. Or no, try to save me or find my murderer.
Well, hell yeah, I'd try to save you.
All right,
Who the fuck are you saving?
I can't let you die.
Yeah, he's dead already.
I'm already dead. Would you try to find my murderer?
Oh, yeah, I gotta avenge you.
Oh, thank you. That's a true friend right there. So.
At the very least, I'd come up for his funeral.
I would try to save you.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd try to save you guys.
Saving or avenging?
Avenging / saving. Saving your spirit.
I'd come in your dreams. Avenge me, Mitchell. Avenge me. Avenge me.
All right, Matt, what were you saying?
I was saying, what if your soul gets trapped inside an animatronic? Would you kill me?
I'd hug you. I'd hug you like I hugged... I was getting to that. Let me set up, Jesus. We could be best pals on stage. Hearing the lore of the game and such a crazy background, did you ever think there would be so much to it from just a point-and-click game?
Yeah, because, I mean, story is one thing, and point-and-click game is a different thing. It's just, if it's able to tell the story the right way, it shouldn't really matter what you have to do to get that story. I'll pick Johnny because he's pretty quick.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about, this might sound really fucking weird because I don't really play that many games, but like, like when you're, like those trapped in the room games and stuff like that, like those are point-and-click games if I'm not mistaken. And like usually you have to find the right thing to progress the story. So a story, like Matt said, a story is very important.
The point-and-click games that I'm used to playing are the Telltale ones, like the Back to the Future and the Walking Dead and the Game of Thrones ones. Like those rely heavily on story, and they're mostly like point-and-click, and there's some like little action buttons, but you walk around and shit. Yeah. That's like point-and-click to me.
So I have a couple more questions yet that I'm gonna ask you guys. So if you had died and you had to possess one of the 5 suits, being Bonnie the bunny, Chica the chicken, Foxy the pirate, or Freddy, or the Golden Freddy, which one would you pick? Let's go with Johnny.
Well, due to the fact that Freddy reminds me of Fozzie Bear, I picked Freddy.
Just any particular reason behind that? Just because he looks like fucking Fozzie the Bear?
Just because he looks like Fozzie the Bear.
All right. Good enough reason for me. Let's go to Matt this time instead of just going straight through Jag like I do every fucking time.
Can I be the Purple Man?
No. Can you be the murderer? I mean, he dies at the end of the first game.
Them all, right?
No.
I guess. Well, I wouldn't want to be Foxy the Fox because that motherfucker gets mangled every day. So, but wait, the mangle is the person who's supposed to replace him.
Yeah, but that's I'm not talking about the new animatronics. I'm talking about the ones that are actually possessed.
Oh, okay. So the mangle's not possessed?
No, the mangle is just another fucking regular animatronic that thinks you're a sex offender.
I don't know. I guess I'd be the bunny.
Bonnie the Bunny?
Sure.
Okay. What about you, Jack?
I will go with Bonnie as well. I think Bunny the Bunny is probably the creepiest. Yeah, I feel like that would be the creepiest. I mean, the bunny, it's like Donnie Darko and shit like that. Kind of reminds me of.
Donnie, yeah, I guess so. I'd probably be Foxy because I think some people think that he's not a bad guy, which I mean, you guys didn't know that, but I do that. You should watch more lore. But also, he's the fastest one because he's the only one that actually like you can catch a glimpse of him running down the hallway, whereas the other ones you always just see still images. And I think he's a really interesting character. All right, so let's move on to the next question. What do you think the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza actually tastes like? Do you think it's like Chuck E. Cheese's, or do you think it's just fucking the worst thing you've ever tasted in your life? Jag?
What? What was it?
What do you guys like? Matt's the only one who listens, and he doesn't have that.
No,
I listened. I heard that.
I was trying to find an image of what you're talking about, of the guy running, Foxy. So I sent it in the chat. I think it would be good pizza, to be honest, because, I mean, they have to make money. They wouldn't have shitty pizza, and it wouldn't be a good business.
It's from the games.
Hmm?
They got good arcade games. That's where they make the money.
Arcade games?
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't get a good look around the facilities, but
We wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese's one time for the pizza, didn't we?
yeah, and then I crashed into Coughlin.
What do you think about the pizza?
Well, as Matt would attest to this statement that I made, that Chuck E. Cheese pizza is the best pizza ever. I would totally eat there just to try it, because nothing compared to Chuck E. Cheese pizza, because that's, like I said, it's the shit. And I actually live by a Chuck E. Cheese, like legit, like it's about like a half a mile down.
Get a night job there as a security guard, and let us know how you feel.
I was thinking about that actually.
All right, what about you, Matt? What do you think about that pizza?
It's probably in the same class as Papa John's or Domino's or Caesars, Little Caesars.
Swagger Jagger wants to know. I'm guessing what he actually means. He wants to know what animal would you be. Like if you could choose, like what your animatronic skin would be, like a bear or a lion. What do you think? What kind of animatronic skin would you want, Matt? Any animal you could be an animatronic as. Pass.
All right.
Jag.
I'm just gonna be like out of the ordinary and just say a guinea pig.
Guinea pig. Okay.
just because
Swagger Jagger's
you never
girl,
see
I'm
that.
sorry. I just assume everybody who watches me is a dude because I usually, I don't know, just you don't get very many girl gamers who want to watch a fat guy play a video game or talk about video games.
That's kind of just. I think that's a discrimination
it's a
thing.
little sexist. Yeah, there's a little sexist.
Yeah,
I think
a little
she's
sexist,
a
right?
But I said I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. Johnny, what about you? What animal would you want to be?
A liger, no. A chimp. A chimpanzee.
A chimp? A monkey? That's cool.
Yes, the monkey.
I would want to be
Specifically a chimp.
I don't know if I know Matt's seen it because I've seen him post it on Facebook. I want to be the shark, like from fucking football. I think that looks amazing. I thought it was the most amazing looking fucking animal. So you got nothing, Matt? Nothing?
We should show the fucking clip if no one knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, go ahead, post it on the thing, and I'll put it up. I'd love to be the shark and just be like in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, just go dun as I get closer and closer to the fucking security room. But yeah, I'd be the worst ghost, I think. Here we go, everybody. This is the Super Bowl shark that I wanted to be.
Which was on the left side.
Yes! Yes, that's exactly what I want to be. Second trainer Drago actually asked a question I wanted to ask. Which animatronic actually freaks you out the most? Johnny.
In the
I'm
game?
sorry,
Yes,
I was watching.
Uh,
What was it?
I don't know actually. I think they're all fucking freaky, to be honest.
All right, that's fine with me, man. I'll take that as an answer.
What?
You
What's
get no
the
points,
scariest?
though. No fucking points.
Okay. What
Who's
is
the
this, fucking around the
scariest?
horn?
Well, from the trailer I saw, the bunny looked the creepiest.
The bunny looks creepy. In Five Nights 2, he looks way creepier. Because like his face is missing. It's just like animatronic mess. What about you, Jack?
What's the question? I was watching Katy Perry.
What? What animatronic freaks you out the most?
I think all of them are pretty fucking scary. But if I had, I think maybe Foxy, got the fucking hook and everything. And it doesn't look that well.
No, I do think Fox's pretty creepy. I think he's the creepiest. What about you, Matt? This doesn't have to be the old ones. It could be the new ones too, like the really like dolly looking ones. I think they're pretty freaky. What about you, Matt?
I said the bunny.
You said Bonnie.
Yeah.
I think the new Chica is the freakiest one because when the old Chica has a beak, but the new one, whenever it's not in its room where it's supposed to be, it loses its beak and it has like more of a mouth type fixture, and it looks really fucking weird to me. Like if you look through if you see the images of the new Bonnie, the new Chica come up, you'll see what I'm saying. It looks really weird and kind of out of place. Swagger Jagger hates Bonnie, so Bonnie seems to be a popular one. So I think a lot of people do not like the fucking bunny. I got another question here. How many children has the Golden Freddy Killer or Purple Guy killed? How many do you actually think he's killed? Matt, do you think he's killed more than 5 kids, or do you think there's or is it just the 5?
Is it like a Price is Right situation where I can guess without going over?
No points for you now, Jag.
It could be a lie. I mean, you're taking. There's a gap, right, in the years. Isn't there a gap between the two games?
Yeah, there's a lot of years, a lot of years.
I mean, obviously, there's no. I guess this is what you call it. What's the word I'm looking for? There's no like pattern to it, right? It doesn't matter like what year it is. So I'm obviously thinking that it's gonna happen more than once.
I don't think so. I think if kids keep on going missing, eventually people will catch on. You know, you got space them out a while so that people don't get suspicious.
I have a theory, actually. So, originally my answer was going to be like 60 kids they killed total. But after thinking and deliberating about this whole thing, I'm thinking, how many years does it take place in between each game again?
Well, the Five Nights 2 is stated that it's taken place in 1987, whereas the first game looks like it could be the late 90s, maybe early 2000s. And
well, I'm thinking this fucking guy, the Purple Man, is like, Pennywise the fucking clown. You know how Pennywise came out every 30 years? So every so many years, the Purple Guy comes out, and he takes so many kids, kills them, and then, like, this
thank
whole
you for
thing
the follow,
happens.
John Frey. I'm sorry, Johnny. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
No, go ahead.
All right, so basically, where was I? Yeah, the fucking Purple Guy is like Pennywise the fucking clown.
I'm pretty impressed, man. These guys are following tonight. I love it. Or today.
This is a new format, and I think it's a really good format. And
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's a lot of fun, and it's really nice to actually get to talk to you guys because we don't get to do this anymore, really, because everybody's fucking busy or doing something themselves, and it's a good time of the day. So I think we'll do another one of these, even if it's just talking about movies too. I wouldn't mind doing that. So,
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll definitely do this again. So anybody who is watching, feel free to follow because I am going to try and do some more of these, possibly on the Sundays, same time, about 1 o'clock every Sunday if I can. If not, I'll get somebody else to replace one of you guys. I have other people who I've been wanting to ask if they wanted to join in. Would you guys, if the game, because I see like you guys aren't going to buy the game. I know you're not that interested in it. I've told you about it. You can always look up gameplays. But if you could be the Purple Guy / the killer, and you had to kill the kids, would you actually buy the game if you could play as the killer?
Is it going to be a one-click game?
No, it would be. I mean, however you think the game would be, I'd be fine with that too. Because obviously, if you were the killer, you couldn't just point and click at a kid and be like, "I got you."
Are you saying
Tag
like
you're in.
Batman? Like, are you saying like Batman Arkham Asylum, where like instead of going from you go
I'm
to
talking,
be the Joker?
you've seen
Or
that?
you just
Have you seen
general?
that last? Something kind of similar to that, where it's you follow the children, and you have to stalk them for a certain amount of time, and you decide whether or not you want to kill them.
It was like you play a guy doing like who just goes and murders innocent people in a mall. Like it's like actual like shooting. I forgot the name of it though.
Well, there was a big controversy with Call of Duty where you ran in the airport and you murdered all those people. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
because the
You know, like there was that.
Well,
And
are you
right.
about Advanced Warfare, right? Modern Warfare, I mean.
I don't know which one it
Second
was.
one?
It probably
Wasn't the
was
second
the
Modern
second one because
Warfare?
that was the
It
last
was
one.
the
I
air.
ever
It
played.
was the terrorist scene in the fucking airport.
Yeah, but I played that one. But you were just I thought you weren't shooting innocent people. You were just shooting like fucking bad guys or cops or whatever.
No,
You're the
those are innocent
terrorist.
people at an
You're-
airport.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know
was
that.
undercover,
Fuck.
but you could still shoot people.
there was an option at
okay.
the beginning of the game. It's like there's a scene in here. Do you want to play it over? And the options say yes or no. And then it was a scene where you're the terrorist. And you just go full, like, full metal auto. What do you want to call it? Blasting
Full Metal.
everybody in sight. Depends what the
I'm
game
talking
looks
next gen graphics. I'm talking.
like. Okay.
I'm talking really pretty. I'm talking like super nice gameplay.
But you're killing kids though. Like that's different.
Look, you
But
kill
look
if
at
you can.
Bioshock. You're fucking taking a child every time. You fucking.
You're right.
God.
That was awesome.
That's what you're basically doing. You played it
The
before.
instant
You've done
turnaround.
it.
You sold me.
The
You
instant
sold
turn.
me.
You're right. That was awesome.
Like 2 hours of us discussing it. So obviously there's a lot to talk about, and the guy did a good job on it. So I think Five Nights at Freddy's 3, even if it is the last game, I would look forward to seeing what happens. I don't know if I would get it, but I would definitely have interest to check it out, and I hope it does well.
Matt. Anything you want?
Matt, goddammit, answer the goddamn question.
But,
Anything you want to say before I get to my final joke question?
No. I want to hear your final joke question.
All right.
Come on, you have nothing to say. We've talked for 2 hours. There's nothing you possibly want to say
It's
about
actually
this
been
game.
almost 3 hours now.
We started at 1, I thought.
We started at.
No,
Oh no, you're
I
right
see
too.
the
I'm
timer
sorry.
at the side. It says 2 hours and
I'm
27
sorry.
minutes.
You're right. All right, so guys, closing statements. Did you enjoy? Was it fun? Was it okay with you guys? Do you guys want to do this some more? Because I'll set up some more. I'll make up some more questions. I have no problem. I'm employed right now. I'm looking for. I'll watch things on the internet all day. I have no problem with that. Matt already does that, even while he's employed. So I'm sure he doesn't mind helping me out with some of this either. And of course, if you guys want to discuss something, I'm more than willing to come on and chat with you.
Well,
Go ahead,
okay.
Jake. Go ahead.
I do like this, what we're doing here, and if we can do this every Sunday, it'd be good for everyone to keep coming back at the same time, so that we get the same people over and over again and get new people. Make it a a trend out of it.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I think it's been good. I think it's good.
I mean, we can even take turns if you want. If you don't want to host it, we go do different games. Like maybe I play a game that you guys haven't played.
Well, like I said, I'm open for everything. I think it's nice. I think this came out really good. We got a lot of follows, and I do appreciate anybody who has been watching. Thank you for all the follows and all the chat, and it's been really amazing. It's probably the most I've gotten in a long time, and I do appreciate it. Johnny, is there anything you want to say? Are you okay with this? Maybe trying to, even if you can't do it, I understand you're very busy, but are you okay with doing this? Because obviously the Food That Kills logo is up on here too, and I know I appreciate your input on this.
No, I'm cool. I think Sundays are probably my best days too, because I'm not really doing much on Sundays, but Saturdays are mostly busy just in a general sense. So yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, I like it. I like what we did. It was fun, even though I have no idea about games. So,
well, like I said, it doesn't have to be video games. It could be movies. It could be anything. If you and me wanted to just get on and talk about how Ghostbusters 3 is going to be ruined, I'd be perfectly fine with that.
I like to actually talk to you about that one soon, because oh my god, don't even
we'll
get me
definitely
started.
do that. We'll definitely do that. Matt, how was the experience? Do you think this was a good thing? Did you enjoy
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's great.
All right.
Love talking to you guys.
But I did enjoy this. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. And it was great talking to you. I'm gonna end the stream now. Anybody who has been watching, thank you so much for
We're gonna end
joining
the
me.
stream. I thought we were gonna play the first game. Check it out.
Do you guys want?